Hey everybody, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing another episode of Build the Back to the Future DeLorean. We're on episode 66. This one looks like all sorts of fun. We've got springs and door catches and stuff for the doors and wires. And these are all the pieces that came with the episode. So, I mean, there aren't that many pieces.
What do you mean there are not that many pieces?
I'm just expecting trouble. So we'll see what happens here.
What do you mean there's not that many pieces?
They're all just really tiny.
Yeah! There's a ton of pieces!
Alright. What do we have in this magazine?
Instructions.
Yes, you can pass the instructions.
More instructions. Marty goes.
Alright, so this is an entire article on how they prepped for the Old West scenes for the third film. I was glancing through this briefly, and apparently this is not the backlot at Universal Studios. They went to, what did it say? Tulum, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Tulum County, California.
Yeah.
Tulum?
Anyway, Clint Eastwood used this for Pale Rider, which I thought was very interesting. Along with a whole bunch of other productions and such. Might have to take a trip there at some point. We've kind of got a thing for shooting filming locations. You can check those out on this channel as well. And here's the letter from Doc that he gives Marty in 1955.
85?
That's when he wrote the letter.
Oh, you're saying when he gave
He
it
gives
to
it
him.
to Marty in 1955.
Yeah, in 1955. But he wrote it in 1885.
And then, next episode, we're doing some stuff on the door panel.
At least one of them.
All right, let's get cracking.
Whoopah!
As usual, we've got our handy-dandy tweezers, which you're definitely going to need. And 2 screwdrivers, which came with the project from episode 1 and episode 10.
They're
kind of going bad. We do have some spare screwdrivers that we got sometime during
they probably anticipated this, so they probably gave us extra. Then all of our itty-bitty little tiny bits. This episode, all of them fit in here. Yay! We got our frame.
Yep. All of it's going into the frame here. This is actually kind of a badass shot right here. Another dozen episodes or so, and maybe it'll actually start looking like a car.
Oh no. There we go.
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of itty-bitty little springs.
That I now have to put on there and then
little
shove
tabs.
in.
And I doubt we got any spares. So if one of the springs goes flying, not really sure what we're going to do.
Alright, so we have to put in the springs on the tabs, shove the tabs in the hole, then put one of these over the tabs that's in the hole. Easy, huh?
You got to do that multiple times.
4 times. Stay closed. I really wish there was a latch to hold the
going right here.
Hood closed. Right there. There's where the tab holes are. Hopefully, once we put the springs on and shove it in the hole, they'll stay in place. Oops. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, you might want to use the tweezers. Is that two springs that are tangled together?
No, more than 2. There we go. Okay, now they're all apart. Shove it on. Get in there. Okay. Alright, so at least that stays. And then, with the tab toward you, shove it, spring into the center, and then there.
That doesn't look so bad.
And then, take one of these doodads and screw it on with AM. There's only one screw. I'm just dumping them in.
And then we just got to repeat that multiple times.
I'm guessing the small screwdriver, that's almost dead. Well, they're both almost dead. Okay. I'm assuming the more flat side's down?
Probably doesn't
Is there
matter
a more
that
flat
much.
side? Well, sometimes there's a rounded side and a flat side. I guess it's just however it sits best. Oh, goody, it doesn't sit on it. Okay, at least it goes through the tab, so you're not having to try to balance it and screw at the same time. I hate having to balance and screw at the same time.
Touche. We need to make a compilation of all the dirty jokes we've told while putting this thing together. That would be a long video.
Will you?
Is that the bigger one or the smaller one?
The small one? It's just getting worse and worse.
I'll try the bigger one.
Oh, no, no, the big one won't fit. It's sliding out. It's not that it's not fitting, it's sliding out because there's no tip on it anymore. All right, another spring on the dab. The higher part of the dab on top. Spring toward the center. Bam.
At least those go in pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm just glad they stay in because these don't hook in. So
So basically what Shan Chan is doing right now is everything from steps 1 all the way up to step 9. It's basically the same thing.
over and over and over. Get in there. No.
At least it's a metal frame, so you can apply some pressure.
I can still break the plastic one. These are all plastic pieces again, except for the spring. Okay. Number 3. The only reason I'm not putting all of the springs in first is because I don't want to actually smack one and have it boing out.
And then have to comb the place looking for it.
Because there are no extras. So I'm just doing them one at a time. Oh, I love that none of these are tightening and are just spinning. That's comforting. Spin, spin, yep. But it's not pulling off, so that's what matters. One more. Shove it on the dingle. Shove it in the hole. Then get on top of it and screw it in.
We started this model because Shannon really, really wanted a nice, high-quality DeLorean model.
I'm really wishing we just would have bought it already made.
Yeah, since we started doing this project multiple years ago, they've come out with a 1/6 scale. I think it's by Hot Toys. So it's actually a little bit bigger than this one. And it's about $700. It is also mostly plastic. However, it looks pretty nice. And $700 is probably going to be less than what we spent on this thing by the time it's finished.
Mm-hmm.
With no work involved.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you'll be working in the area shown on both sides of the upper body. Right there.
Right there.
What?
I can't see what it says. You're screwing in a wire there?
No, I have to balance a thingy in there and put a wire in there. And what? This doesn't even make any sense. Push one into place, pass the plug on the end of the cable through the body as shown. What? Well, I'm glad they're not telling me everything. That's comforting. Okay, so we're on the side that I'm on. Just gotta flip it around so I can watch it as it's showing, because it's very confusing. And we're gonna have this, and we're gonna have, Jesus, this little piece of thing, which is just gonna sit in there.
It's not a screw, it's just a little piece of plastic or something?
Mm-hmm, and it sits just right nestled in there, just to sit all by its little lonesome self, for me to mess up. Alright, so we need 66H. There's a 3 and a 1 on these. Let go. Yeah, so which one's which? It'd be helpful if you actually let me know. Okay, 66H is the gray and white. Alright, so this one.
Which is number 1.
1.
Yes, okay.
Mm-hmm. I can probably take this off now. Maybe. Maybe I should leave it on. I don't know. Alright, because after putting in the tab, which I'm not doing first, I have to get this ready. This is the wrong one. There we go. Okay. And like this. Does it pop in? No, I gotta hold this too. Alright, so
feed the other side through the hole first.
Mm-hmm. Put this little tab in. And there it goes. Well, that's great. Hunting time.
All right, cut.
Okay, so do not do it the way they said it. Put the cord in like this.
Yeah, the little notch dropped multiple times, and so while she was trying to get it in there, I was basically holding my hands underneath it so that we wouldn't lose it.
And you want to put the cord not in this piece. No. You want to put it in the door. And then lower this piece on top of it. That way the cord holds that little notch in place. And then, like that. There you go. Okay? Do it that way. Do not do it how they say.
And then it screws in with something, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yes, okay. With the same screws.
And I'm guessing we're going to have to do the same exact thing on the other side.
Yes, we are.
And so I'm going to cut the film until we get to that point so that I can have my hands free in case we lose the other one. So we'll get back to you when we're done with that step. All right, so we got both of those in, and what a pain in the ass that was. We had multiple screws that wouldn't go in the way they were supposed to,
Nope, they just keep spinning and spinning,
Yep.
so we actually had to
So
glue.
I put a tiny little drop of 15-second glue in that one to hold this part in place. The one on the other side seems to be okay. So
We found a
that's where
screw that works-ish.
That's where we're at right now.
Unfortunately, we have no more screws after these screws, and if these screws don't work, we're kind of screwed. So you might want to look for more AM screws.
Yeah, I've probably got some extra AM screws.
Because I believe I need 4. Yes, I need 4 screws, and I have exactly 4 screws. So if these mess up,
Well,
we're
we'll see
done.
what happens.
So now we are doing the cables along...
What step are we on?
Right here, 16.
Step 16.
The last two steps. But it's like 4 steps in the 2
we
steps.
basically have to run the cables
up the door.
up the door, and then out the back towards
And then
the trunk area. Well, I guess the trunk's in the front, so
it just...
the rear of the car.
Well, we're not doing that. We're just putting them down here and here. That's it. Right here. And okay, the tabs go upward.
So they just need to run out towards the rear of the car, and then the end of it will look like this. So that should be pretty easy considering the other BS we've done so far. I'm also very, very concerned about this. I don't know if we can actually get this on camera or not. But where the wires went into the doors, you can see that there's some prongs on the end of that wire, which means we're probably going to have to plug something in there.
Yeah, so I don't know how the frick we're supposed to do
And
that.
I'm really guessing that that's not going to be fun. Well, that has me a little concerned, but that's a headache for another episode.
I don't want headaches. I'm done. So done. Doesn't matter which way the wire lays, because you can just fix it later when we get to that step.
As long as it's not in there super tight, so we've got room to turn it around.
Oh my gosh. Don't do that. Don't do that. Well, if you just make sure the wire's flat underneath it, you can bend it both ways, honey. It's just it has a kink in it, so it wants to go one way. Yes. Oh, this one's spinning too. You want to just glue that one? There's nothing to hurt here.
Is it in there securely, or do we need to glue it right now?
It's in there securely.
Okay.
It just spins like the other one did. All right, and now the other side. Yeah, most of them, because a couple of these did it too, where you can't tighten it. They just spin, 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 but they're on tight. You can't pull them off.
Which is a good thing.
Yes. The screw won't come out if you try to dump it, but you might want to glue it just in case.
Can I hold it in place or something?
I don't know. Maybe.
The screw's going in at the top, right?
Mm-hmm. I gotta get the notch in. I'll tell you when I got it. Okay. I have a feeling we might have to glue multiple of these. Because these screws, some of them seem like they're too small. Which is why they're spinning. See, this one, that one's not spinning as much, but it's still spinning. Okay. That one. Thank you.
I don't know how anybody could do this by themselves.
It's impossible. There's no way.
You need 3 hands, more or less.
Yes. And that's been multiple times throughout this build. And that one kind of tightens. Alright, we're done.
Yay! Well, we survived another one. And this is basically what it needs to look like.
And
got
I'd
the
throw away
wires.
those 2 screws because they spin, so I wouldn't count them as extras to keep. So remember to throw those away. And we'll just have to 30 or 15-second glue it real quick on a couple of spots.
All right. Well, thanks for sticking with us for another episode. You can check us out on our Facebook page at Captain Westicle. And if you want to support what we're doing, you can check us out on our Patreon page. Patreon.com/Captain Westicle.
Like and subscribe and comment. Yay!
Thanks everybody for watching and have a great day.